It's obviously still under investigation, and we're going to be out here for an extended time.
As far as the guy sent to the hospital, going to be okay?
Yeah, it was non-life-threatening injuries, had some burn injuries, but is expected to recover.
What was the response time from the fire department to get here? Pretty quick?
It was pretty immediate. I don't have the exact time, but generally in this area, we're there in about 4 to 6 minutes. So
when you guys first arrive on scene, how are you able to quickly, diminish the flames to make sure no rubble catches back on fire?
So the first priority is rescue. The person had already self-extricated from the house. There was a house immediately to the south that had some University of Michigan college students living in it. They had also self-extricated. So we didn't have to do any rescue, fortunately. Firefighters worked on treating the one occupant with injuries. HVA transported them, and then immediately worked on starting to put the fire out to prevent it from spreading.
With the weather where it's at right now, we know it's a very frigid day. Warnings for those, especially heating these houses, these older homes here in Ann Arbor?
Yeah, propane is never a good idea to be used inside. So if you lose your heat for something, I know DTE has ways that they can help people with heating assistance, but propane should not be used as a supplement if for whatever reason your furnace or something else isn't working.
Call came in at 5 a.m.
Just after 5 a.m.
So then you, I assume, responded within 10, 15 minutes, got here. We've been out here, this is into the third hour now.
Yep.
How long will you be here, and how will you evaluate the rest of the fire?
We'll be here throughout the day. We've got our City Public Works bringing an excavator out. The house completely exploded and collapsed in the basement, so you'll have a lot of smoldering fire. The gas meter's on fire as well. DT is going to have to come out and dig up the gas main to shut that off. So this is going to be an extended operation throughout the day. And to clarify, again, our response time was probably within 4 to 6 minutes.
Love that. DT's out here. Is that energy affecting any other people other than the direct houses?
They were the power. It was just to the one house, and it should just be the one house that's affected in terms of utilities.
Okay, gentlemen, any questions?
Yeah, you said the victim self-extricated.
Correct.
What floor was he on? Would you know?
It was all these houses are one story. So my understanding is he was either entering or exiting the house at the time of the explosion.
Oh, so he probably smelled the gas. Decided to get out,
That's what we're piecing together.
Yeah.
So
obviously, still ongoing investigation.
correct. Yep.
I don't know how else to ask this, so I'm just going to ask. It seems like a huge debris field. How big would you characterize this debris field to be?
Certainly about a quarter of a city block. Is actually fortunate that more homes weren't impacted. So the house immediately to the south was pretty impacted with blown out windows, but the rest of the structures were unaffected. So given the size of the explosion, the fact that more structures weren't impacted is somewhat remarkable.
So the house on that side, and this way, they're fine.
Correct.
This one, however, has some damage.
Correct. Yep.
Community members have been out. Have you been able to talk to anybody, maybe get any preliminary info about, what else may have caused the fire? Or we still think?
We talked with some neighbors. It sounded like the occupant lived by himself, and so the use of propane is kind of tracking with what we're finding.
We also noticed some of the firefighters already packing up their hoses. Did you need to go run and get more water? Is that what happened?
No, it's actually shift change. So we're rotating crews out. Again, we're going to be here for an extended period of the day. So.
Okay. Gentlemen?
Has the cold made a difference in fighting the fire?
The biggest issue is the amount of water just with slip trips with the ice. So we've got our City Public Works coming out with ice or with salt. But that's really the biggest issue is just the amount of water and it freezing on the roadway.
And then, Chief, are you the point of contact throughout this?
Yeah, we'll be out here throughout the morning.
Okay.
So.
And all your guys are safe? They're fine?
Yep, no injuries to firefighters. So yeah, fortunately, again, unfortunately, just the one injury, but none of the other neighbors were injured. No injuries to fire police. So.
Chief, do we get your name at the beginning?
Sure. Mike Kennedy, Mikekennedy.
What can you tell the residents about staying in their house and then when the road might be reopened?
The road's going to be shut down for several hours. Again, we've got an excavator coming out. We're going to have to do some fencing to secure the site. So it's probably at least through the afternoon if I had to take a guess.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay.